Hi all, as promised, just covering a video on frequently asked questions on the Boatman Vulcan. So let's just get straight into it. By far the most commonly asked question, when are they going to be available? June. We're pretty confident in June. They have now been ordered. We have had our final samples and we're happy with the boat. They are hoping to be shipped at the end of this month, and from shipping currently it's around 6 weeks. There are issues with shipping to do with the Red Sea. I won't go into it because it's a long, complicated situation. But realistically, we're going to say middle of June, possibly a bit sooner, but let's play it by ear. So for summer, they will be available. As always, like we do when we have a boat that's coming out, a new model or a model that's been out of stock, we will offer a pre-order, and we will be offering a small discount on pre-ordered boats as well. So I'll move on to that now. So regular prices, all boats are all the same price regardless of the colour. So we're going to be offering them black in the traditional Avro Vulcan colour and carbon fibre. No difference in price. The basic model will retail at £375 and the GPS model is going to be £625. Now for pre-orders, which we are going to be hopefully doing around the tail end of April once the boats have been shipped, which we will confirm shortly, we're going to knock £25 off the price. So for a basic model, it's going to be £350, and for the GPS model, it'll be £600. Of course, that price does not include postage. There will be a £10 postage price, but it's a little bit of saving for the boats that are pre-ordered. And of course, we'll be keeping everybody up to date. If you do decide to pre-order, that is, be keeping you all up to date with when they're arriving and when they'll be shipped. So as previously mentioned, 3 colours, all the same price, no difference in the pricing of colours, and that moves me on to what types of boats are available, which I kind of have covered already, but we'll only be offering these as a basic or as a GPS. There'll be no pro model because we're not offering these as sonar. The reason for the no sonar is simply because there isn't the room. With the way the boat is designed and how compact and tight it is, there simply isn't enough room for a sonar fish finder, not without compromising the design of the hull. We really liked how the design of the boat was. It works very well, and in our opinion, for a sonar to be fitted, it just wasn't justifiable, so we kept it nice and simple, so basic and GPS only. On the GPS models, there'll be 16 saved locations available to you. That's the exact same as on the Actor model. The GPS is further improved on the Actor and Actor Plus range. It's even better. The fantastic thing that we found using the GPS is it doesn't slow down when arriving to the spot. It continues at its regular pace and very cleverly actually puts its motors into reverse thrust. So it will quite literally arrive to the spot and stop dead on the spot. And the accuracy, we've already done a video covering this, but the accuracy with this exact boat in particular, actually, we were just absolutely baffled by. It really was incredibly accurate. We were testing it at quite considerable range. We were testing it in choppy conditions, high wind, and literally within a metre every time, if not bang on the mark that we had at the time. So yeah, GPS, very, very good, definitely worth it in our opinion. And of course, like the other models that we do, the Actor and the Actor Plus, GPS will be available as a separate upgrade as well. So if you purchase a basic model, you will be able to upgrade to GPS at a later date. Moving on to the next question, which is the capacity and size of the boat. So covering the capacity first, these hold 2.5 kilos of bait, if you can fit 2.5 kilos of bait, that is. So it's a little less than the Actor Plus, which is at 3 kilos. Still more than enough. It is absolutely plenty. There's a lot of room in there. And as I mentioned, you probably won't fit 2.5 kilos worth of bait in there. Size-wise, it's slightly shorter than the Actor Plus. It is a deeper body than the Actor Plus. Overall, not too dissimilar at all. Which briefly moves me on to the next question. Do they fit in the Actor Plus bags? Yes, they do. They fit the exact same way as the Actor Plus do. Very nice fit into the bespoke bag and also into the external pocket bag as well. So in terms of overall size, very similar to the Actor Plus. Next question, what makes it special and why is it so spoken about and so popular? Well, there's a few reasons for that. Most, I suspect, is probably to do with the top-load rig system, which I'll cover off in a moment and explain a bit further for those that don't understand what that is. But for those that do understand, it is kind of a game changer. It's just massively convenient. Another cool thing about the boat is it's entirely waterproof. We have a video, which I'll attach, of us fully submerging one into the water, and it doesn't take on any water. The side doors and everything are entirely watertight, so this boat is actually designed to be completely waterproof, within reason. Same goes for the remote. The remote is also fantastic, a single-handed remote, even on the GPS model as well, and that is also watertight and will actually float if you drop it in the water as well. And I have done a little test, and I wouldn't recommend it, of course, but it does seem to operate underwater. Will actually operate the boat under the water as well, which is interesting. Haven't done too much testing with that, but you know, you've got to do what you've got to do to find out these things. So yeah, so there's quite a few key features on this that make it quite special. This one in particular, of course, is our favourite, and you know, sort of gives a nod to the true name of the Vulcan. For those that know, the Avro Vulcan plane, a very cool piece of engineering indeed. And it was what inspired us to name the boat after that. Is it's a personal favourite of ours. We enjoy a number of things, anything engineering, anything that's cool. And we just thought it'd be something different, and we thought, as well as calling it the Vulcan, we'd do a little tribute with the colours as well, very similar colours on that. Unlike the plane, as those will know, the Avro Vulcan made a brilliant noise, an unreal howl it used to make. Very noisy. These are the polar opposite. In the water, these are so quiet. The Actor and the Actor Plus are quiet anyway, but these barely make a noise. And you'll see in the previous videos that I've put up, all you can hear when I'm operating this boat usually is just the ambient wind and everything like that. You won't actually hear the boat at all, which is very impressive.
So the top load rig system I thought was a bit easier just to show from a first person perspective. So essentially you just have this door that folds out, and it allows you to put your line through and set up your rig nice and neat, and then you just close the door once you're done. It is nice and simple. I'll show a video of Adam actually using this whilst fishing, and you can just hopefully see how simple and convenient it is, instead of having to set up your rig from the underside and having to faff about. It's just real easy to do and to use.
What does the remote look like? Well, I'll attach a picture of the remote now, and I'll just speak over the image as well. So essentially the remote is a single-handed remote. This is a GPS model, so you'll see that it's got the little screen on there, but the basic will also have a nice little display for your battery and everything like that, indicating what the charge status is of the boat, and also the remote as well. The cool thing about this remote is, as I mentioned, fully waterproof, but it also has a couple of other pretty cool features. So it has 3 adjustable speed settings, so you have a high, medium and a slow, so you can adjust the speed of the boat. And if you're on GPS and you're navigating to a spot, you can actually adjust that on the fly. So whilst it's navigating, you can actually change the speed setting without having to stop the boat, which is quite a cool feature. So if you're trying to creep up to a spot, you're a little concerned the boat might overshoot it, you can just put it in the slower setting. And each setting is quite a noticeable difference. Of course, if you change the setting to the slowest, yes, you'll get to your destination slower, but the battery will last the longer period of time. So yeah, the remotes are just different, nice because they're single-handed, which obviously makes it a lot easier, and something that we hope to bring out for the other boats in the future as well. How do the doors operate? Well, the doors are similar in design to the Actor Plus. They are 2 Bombay doors. There isn't a divider, so you can't divide the bait on these particular models. And the other difference as well is they have to be manually closed. Doesn't have an actuator or a solenoid that will then automatically close the door back up after. Whilst it is a nice feature, essentially it's not something that was essential. So to keep the boat compact and simple, we chose not to opt for the automatic closing feature on the door as well. So it will be a manual close operation for this, same as the Actor. Hopefully this covers most of the questions that you guys ask. If you do have any more, of course, feel free to comment below and I'll try and cover them for you. We are, needless to say, very excited for the launch of this boat. I think it's going to be really quite popular, and you know, we've spent a lot of time making sure that it's right, hence the reason why it's taken so long. But you know, we want to make sure that the boat's perfect for you guys, and you know, we're anglers ourselves. we wouldn't release something that isn't perfect. You know, we spent a lot of time dedicated to this particular model, making sure that it does everything we want it to. Again, as soon as we have more announcements to make, we will make it public. We'll let you guys know. But hopefully, as I say, this has covered most of those questions, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you.